I've run a cleaning business for the past 18 years and I know all the tricks of the trade when it comes to cleaning, but there is that special little extra that you can do to take your house from looking clean to looking extraordinary, like ready to go on the cover of a magazine. And that extra 10% is something that I like to take from home stagers. They really understand how to make a home look spectacular. So in this video, I have sourced the very best home staging tips to make a home look not only clean, but absolutely stunning. And as we get into the holiday season, this is the perfect time to steal some of those tips and use them at home when you're hosting. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel and give this video a thumbs up if you wish a home stager would just come through and make your house look perfect each and every day. If I had a third hand, my thumb would be up on that one too. Parallel and perpendicular is a tip that I have been using for years in my cleaning company. In fact, it's one of the first things that I started training my staff on. And that's because when you line items up on a surface, either parallel or perpendicular to the edge of that surface, it instantly gives the sense of clean, calm, and organized in a space. If your items on a surface are off kilter or sort of not organized or don't have a flow to them, it gives a sense of chaos when you walk in and it makes the space feel less tidy. Now I get it. You're not gonna live like this every single day of your life. But if you're having guests come over, this is such an easy thing to do and it instantly makes your space look more tidy and organized. Home stagers are all about curating. So as a cleaning professional, I would go in, I would remove all items from a surface, clean the items, replace everything neatly using that parallel and perpendicular trick. But a home stager would go in and they would take out anything that's unnecessary. Then they would curate, which is a word they love to use, the items that are on that surface so that they look intentional. What I suggest is to come up with a magic number. I'm gonna go with 3 because I think that works really well. And to either have 3 objects or 3 stacks of objects on any given surface maximum. That way it doesn't look bare, but it doesn't look overstuffed. So for example, a set of books, a vase, a picture frame. Those are your 3 things. They're neatly put together. You move on. Your surface doesn't look cluttered. Home stagers love to team with a theme. So what that means is they like to pick a color family or a vibe and they stick with it. Because if you start having a little bit of orange here, a little bit of purple there, a little bit of yellow there, things look insane. It looks like you're living in a carnival. So what home stagers like to do is they like to pick a couple of colors and make sure that that color is fluent throughout the space. Now, what does this have to do with cleaning? Not much, but it does have a lot to do with making a space feel more comfortable and organized when you walk in. You really get like a sense and a vibe. Whereas if you walk into something that has a multitude of colors all over the place and there's no real thread that you can pick up being woven through the space, it just feels more out of control, and that gives you a sense of disorganization and discomfort. Okay, this one sounds real obvious, and it is, but doing this 3-second job is gonna make a big difference in any space you're in. And that is to fold your blankets and fluff your pillows. And I'm laughing because it sounds so silly, but if you fold your blankets just so and drape them over your sofa just so, or just put them in a basket just so, they just look so much better. And the same thing if you know how to fluff your pillows. I mean, you've seen it on every home design TV show in the universe, right? You beat up your pillow and then you do a karate chop in the middle. It's so easy, but it looks so good. So just take the extra few seconds and do that. My best friend recently sold her house, and I remember the day the stager came in and made up her bed, and she walked me into her bedroom and she's like, my bed has never looked this good in my whole life. And that's because home stagers are installed with an extra chip in their brain and they know how to make a bed to perfection. And I don't advise that you make your bed like this every day, but if you're having guests over and you know people are gonna pop in and they're gonna, oh, is that what your room looks like? There's a perfect reason for you to make a bed like a home stager. So what do? They love a good layer. So you've got your regular layer that you sleep with, and then you can add 1 or maybe 2 extra blankets on top. I know it sounds insane. And then the other thing I did is I added an extra set of shams. And this felt extra again, but when I looked at my friend's bed versus my bed was looking sad. It was very functional, but it was sad. So I added some extra pillows and it really made a difference. So if you want your bed to look fabulous, do those things. That's what home stagers do. You deserve it. You can do it as well. A home stager will be insistent that you empty the garbage before you have anyone come in and come through to see your home. And I'm going to say the same thing if you have guests coming over. Empty the trash. Empty the recycling, empty the compost. It just helps to make your home smell better, and it's another one of those 90-second jobs. Cords are another thing that can get completely out of control in these modern day homes that we live in. So a simple solution, if you're having trouble figuring out how to bundle and bunch and hide your cords, is to get a cord keeper. It's essentially a fancy box that you can shove all your cords into, and it also acts as a surge protector. So you essentially have one plug, all of your cords are kept in this little box, they're all plugged in, and then it just sources out to wherever you need it. It's just a nice way to wrangle in a mess that is otherwise a bit of an eyesore. Something you might not think about, but home stagers certainly do, is your front door. And that goes for the windows, the house numbers, the mailbox, and the door itself. If it looks dirty and if your door is outside, there's a really good chance it's gonna get dirty every now and then. It's important to just give it a good cleaning. You can use a heavy duty all-purpose cleaner, something like Krud Kutter, something like Dawn PowerWash, and a little bit of glass cleaner as well. You can even use just simple vinegar and water and some microfiber cloths. This is all you need. This and about 20 minutes of your time to give that space a complete glow up. And let me tell you, when people come over, they're gonna feel like they are walking in to an absolutely clean and stunning home. It makes all the difference. And if you want some bonus points, you can refresh your planters outside and you can shake out your doormat, and of course, make sure that you sweep your front porch as well. This one might be a bit of a challenge, and this is where I think home stagers really know what they're doing. And that is they can go into a space and they can instantly see what pieces of furniture do not make sense there anymore. When we live in a space, we are so used to what we have that we can't even be critical of that anymore. But think about it like this. When you're cleaning a space and you're moving lots of furniture because you have a lot of things in your home and you're like, oh yeah, that coffee table came from my grandfather. That side table I got at an antique store. That thing I got, Like you just have a million stories of the furniture, and like sometimes it's just there because it's there, not because it actually serves a purpose or works in the space. So if you don't have an eye for design, consider asking a friend to come over who does, or just someone who's honest and maybe give you a little feedback and say, you know what, you actually don't need that anymore. When I have removed pieces of furniture or even moved pieces of furniture around, it feels like you're walking into a new home. If your closets, I'm talking your front hall / coat closet, as well as the closets in your bedroom, are used to store 4 seasons of clothing and outerwear and shoes, it might be time for you to slim that down. Now, I have a video that you can check out where I actually changed my closet over, so you can see my entire process. I'll link that video for you down below. But what that does is it airs out your closets and cupboards. It gives you extra space and breathing room in there, so you're not cramming in hangers and shoving things in and trying to find space. What you can do is pick up some storage bags and you can pack away things that you're not gonna need for the season and then change your closet over when the seasons change. That way, you're not always cramped for space and it really feels more welcoming and airy when a guest walks in. Now I know I sound a little biased because I own Makers Clean and we sell towels at that company. I will put a link for you in the description box down below. But having clean and fresh and beautiful towels makes your bathroom look clean and fresh and beautiful. If you have an old dingy towel hanging there, one with bleach stains, one with shredding on the side, one that looks completely depressed and pathetic and worn down, it's going to make that space feel aged and tired and kind of yucky. So if the towels in your home are looking that way, consider replacing your towels with new ones and make sure that when guests come over, they are clean and folded beautifully. And I will show you exactly how I do my fold so that you can copy this each time. Trust me, it takes no time, but just having it looking even Steven makes a huge difference to someone's eye when they walk into your bathroom. Most of the time when someone walks into a space, especially if it's their own, they're just looking straight ahead. And I really want to talk about what goes on above us, specifically with our light fixtures. Because let's say your guest is sitting down, they're sipping on their cocktail, they look up and, oh, what's that? And they see some dust, some spider webs hanging out at the bottom of your light fixture. Again, it's not something you look at, but it's something that Aunt Marge might notice while she's kicking back her martini. So let's make sure that the next time you go through and clean your house, you get out a step ladder, you get out a long-handled microfiber duster, and you give your light fixtures a good clean. This is something that you do not have to do regularly, but makes a huge difference, not only in helping your light fixtures look clean, but in some cases, if it's a clear fixture, it can actually dim the light. And why would you ever want to dim your light? You should be shining bright all the time. So now you know how to take your home from 100% to 110% when you've cleaned it, so that if you have guests coming over, or you just want to make it look extra special, or you clean professionally and you really want to impress your clients, this is going to get you there. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, how do you feel about folded toilet paper when you walk into a hotel room, or if someone's really trying to impress you and they're like, oh, I folded your toilet paper into a point or a parrot? Like, I don't know, does that impress you or does it kind of gross you out? I will be honest, I like to know that no one has touched my toilet paper, because that is then going to touch my body. So I don't want your fingers on my toilet paper. So I will rip that piece off, and they spent a lot of time doing it. I know that because I've tried. And then I just go ahead and use the regular square of toilet paper. So what do you think? Are you I like the folded fanciness of toilet paper, or don't touch my toilet paper? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a member, you can watch our members only video where you'll see some blooper reels from this video, and I will also give you some tips on how you can make your home smell amazing. To learn more about how I do my closet changeover, one of the great things that home stagers will suggest you do, you can check this video out right over here. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.